Well, folks, there are so many dimensions, dimensions to everything we're seeing occurring right now, right before our eyes. We're seeing what I discussed in the last video coming to life with the Red Chinese and others doing the human chimera experiments. But perhaps the biggest one of all is the one that is being done with the mark of the beast on the whole of society, and that's Western society. It's Red Chinese society, Russian society. It's happening all over the world. It's this is a global thing, and I don't know how anyone could be in denial about the mark of the beast. And you know what I'm talking about. I don't know how anyone could deny that this is it at this point. I mean, I watched an InfoWars clip, and I'm not a fan of Jones by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, he was good. He helped wake me up at first, back when I was young and in the army. Him and Aaron Russo both did a good job helping to wake me up. But you know, times times changed, things changed, and then I learned what COINTELPRO was, and I have to say that you know every so often I do still drop in there and many other places to see what's being discussed. And oddly enough, uh, InfoWars had a clip on about Congress not being willing to outlaw animal human chimeras. Well, why would that be? Could it be because that's what they're trying to re engineer humanity into right now? Could that be? Of course. Of course it is. But there are so many ethical hurdles to take into consideration, moral questions to take into consideration, and I'm not talking about the false, the faux American Christian church, that the churches that host these things as sites, and you know what I'm talking about. Those are not real. That's not the real church. They don't represent Yeshua Messiah. They represent Mammon, Satan, Beelzebub, whatever you want to call them. That's who they represent. Those are satanic temples for for having the nerve to host something like that inside of them. But that's neither here nor there for this video. What I wanted to say was that, you know, this is becoming a more and more widely accepted path for society, and I'm talking about transhumanism. So much so that you have all these billionaire and trillionaire oligarchs pushing it. You have them playing a role in the creation of the beast system. You have all these things, and you see it developing faster and faster. It's like they can hardly wait for it to happen. They've lost all their patience since last year, or maybe last year was the year that they planned to get the ball rolling at a rapid pace. Anyhow, I mean, I don't really know because I'm not them. I'm not a fly on the wall. Though I would love to be a fly on the wall in a place such like Davos or the Bilderberg meetings they have annually. I would love to be a fly on the wall in one of those meetings, because I would love to see exactly the structure of those meetings and the types of things discussed. But I can tell you one thing. I can tell you that since last year, things have accelerated so much to the point to where you can really see the elites starting to show their teeth. And they're not going to back off by this point. They're going for broke. It's all or nothing. So, with society collapsing, with Mystery Babylon USA under severe judgment, which is why you see people rushing out to get these things, this nation is the third most populous nation on the earth. and it's I think it's the third or fourth in land mass. So when you see nearly half of the population of a nation of that size going out to get these things, that's an indictment. That's an indictment against a country, and you know, God's not going to stand for that because almost half of this nation's population is willfully lining up for these things. And they trust the system that much. They trust big pharmakia that much. They trust big regime that much with their lives and their health. I just, wow. I don't get it, you know. I just don't get it. You know, the same people that lie to them about everything, they trust them with their life and potentially their eternity because it is an eternal choice. So, you know, all that said, you know, we see World War III coming down the pike very fast because the Red Chinese and Russians and others are going to be the muscle of the beast system. So I'm sure that's what's coming up next, not too far. May Yeshua bless and keep you all always.